Hello, everybody. Welcome to India Sports News. I am honored to have with me former India spinner Nilesh Kulkarni, also a Border Gavaskar Trophy winner in 2001. Welcome to India Sports News, Nilesh. How are you?
Thank you, Chandresh. Thank you for having me at India Sports News.
Nilesh, first of a lot of talk about the pitch. At the end of the day, can you please let us know, was there any demons in the pitch?
I don't think, I think it's probably overhyped the way Indians batted. I think it's a very traditional spin-friendly wicket. There were no demons in the pitch. I think the way Australians addressed that when Steve Waugh and Labuschagne were batting, it did not look dangerous. It's like, if you're playing on a seaming track, when the ball moves, just play the line and leave the ball alone. Likewise, when you're playing on a slightly assisting turning track, you play the line. If the ball gets missed, it's fine. You don't need to react too badly. I think it was overhyped. Yes, there is some spin, there is some assistance. The bounce is slightly on a lower side, which is expected because it looks dry. It looks it assisted from day one to spinners, so which is fairly expected. I mean, obviously India is going to go into the match and the series with three spinners. This is what you're going to expect.
Nilesh, Australia at once after they won the toss took the bold call of batting first. They lost two early wickets, and then you had the two champions, modern day champions, Steve Smith and Manas Labuschagne batting well. What did you make of that partnership?
I think they built it really well. So they have handled that particular situation really well. It was, I think, Labuschagne who was the dominant person, and Smith was in support. But the way Labuschagne waited for loose balls, selected. So it's always important for a batter to think about the shot selection. And in the Indian batting lineup, we saw Rohit Sharma doing the same what Labuschagne did. You've identified the areas in which you want to play the shots. If it comes in your area, make the most of it. This is exactly what Labuschagne also did. He stepped out, made the bowlers uncomfortable. He was going on top of the bowler, so which is very good sign. He was not only trying to hit over the top, he was stepping out and trying to play it around so that he want the bowlers to adjust, adapt to the attacking approach he has. So I think it's a very good strategy. They both really handled that particular session extremely well after 2 for 2. I think that was a very good, sensible batting.
And then post lunch, the match turned itself on its head. As a former left arm spinner yourself, you must be very proud to see the way Ravindra Jadeja bowled in his comeback. And also Ashwin. What did you make of that Jugalbandi?
I think that's a lethal combination, especially in India when Jadeja and Ashwin are playing in India. The opposition, no matter if they're test playing number one or number eight, it doesn't matter because they are a lethal combination, period. They complement each other, they understand each other's game, and they support each other. One of the critical things, even the bowlers work in with partners and they hunt in pairs. This is exactly what Ashwin and Jadeja did today.
And the way Jadeja got two well set batsmen, Manas Labuschagne just stepping out a bit and the stumped, and then Steve Smith just missing the line completely.
That's
What did
right.
you make of those two dismissals?
I think the strength of Ravindra Jadeja is to bowl accurately six balls in one area. I think that has, I think for some reason I still feel that this is the essence of red ball cricket, and what Ravi Jadeja showed is a classic A experience, and B, we all know what he's capable of when the wicket starts offering him some assistance. Today the ball was spinning this much, but he made the most of it by making sure that he does not leak runs and ask the batters a lot of questions to go for it and change their strategy according to his strength. So that is for me is a brilliant sign to see as a left arm spinner the way Jadeja approached. I think Ashwin, to me, Australians had different plans. They wanted to dominate Ashwin from ball one, and we could see that Alex Carey wanted to just go after Ashwin, want to make a statement that they didn't want him to settle down. I think it's fairly expected because they feel Ashwin is the biggest threat, probably more than Ravindra Jadeja, but they made a mistake of that.
And what did you make of the fact that Australia went from being 84 for 2 to 177 all out? Was it playing in their mind?
Of course, I think most of their batters are new to the Indian conditions on a turning track, so obviously to adjust, adapt is not easy. It takes a series or two for you to get used to how to handle those situations. No matter if you play in Sri Lanka or in Pakistan or Bangladesh, the subcontinent wickets, India offers different challenges. The soil state to state differs, the bounce, the variable part, it differs from all test playing centers in India. So they will need to change their approach to handle those situations, and that only can come with the experience.
And India's the other three bowlers, Aksar, Shami, and Siraj. What did you make of their contribution?
I think Shami and Siraj made a good statement initially and then supported throughout the day. I think for me, the surprise part was Aksar Patel. He could not extract because I think he became more predictable for these batters to go after Aksar, and especially Steve Smith then trying to go over his extra cover. And so I think he needs to come out with more planning in terms of how he's going to approach this second innings, because by the time second inning comes, the wicket will be more deteriorated. They will offer more assistance, the spin and the bounce. But I think Aksar is going to be dangerous because the way he bowls the trajectory on a turning track, one ball will keep straight, the other one will spin. It's going to be more challenging for the Australian team. If India bats tomorrow the whole day, I think India is in a driver's seat. India is in driver's seat already, but I think if they complete the whole day tomorrow, because the batting depth of India is fairly solid.
And when it comes to India's batting, KL Rahul looked very fidgety, but Rohit was absolutely clear in his mind, clarity.
Absolutely. I think he looked comfortable. He looked solid. He looked organized. On a turning track or on a seaming track, you need batters to be more organized. Shot selection needs to be precise. Your approach needs to be, you can't be decisive in your approach. I think KL Rahul probably lacked that part. Maybe something is playing back of his mind. He's already replaced Shubman Gill, who's top of his game and is in form person. So I think something must be bothering KL Rahul because he's not had enough match practice coming into this test series also. So I think it's pretty evident for what we saw today. And I think it's just a lapse of concentration where he just went for that drive and India lost a wicket towards the end of, I think, second last over of the day. The wicket was given away.
And in terms of selection, India gave debuts to KS Bharat and Surya Kumar Yadav. I think they want Surya to do the role that Rishabh did of being aggressive. What did you make of KS Bharat's wicket keeping? And also, I wanted to weigh in on Surya's selection.
I think Surya's selection was pretty obvious. They backed him, they believed in him, and what Surya can offer. He's good at playing sweep shots. He's got a good range of sweep shots, and I've seen him a lot in the Mumbai Rains over the years. So we've seen how he can be destructive on a good length to a spinner. So obviously they backed Surya. They believe that Surya can deliver here. And obviously the Bharat's inclusion is a walk-in inclusion, because unfortunate to miss out on Rishabh Pant for obvious reasons. But Bharat initially looked a little jittery as a debutant. Everybody goes through those moments of anxiousness, pressures, anxieties. All that happens once the nerve got settled. He looked at ease. He looked comfortable. That one stumping probably boosted his confidence a lot, because till that time he looked a bit shaky. He missed few easy ones. So which happens to every cricketer. I mean, there's no cricketer in the world who's making his debut is not anxious, does not have a pressure. It's an absolute myth. Whoever says that is a lie.
And Australia playing two off spinners. Todd Murphy was given his debut, and Travis Head was dropped. What do you make of Australia's selection?
Wait, Travis Head and Asghar, for me, it's a big surprise. The ball coming in is the only trajectory they are backing in. The ball going away, when India has got in top order, India has got 4, 5 right-handers. I think that's a bit of a surprise for me in terms of strategy, because I can see that they're backing their bowlers. Murphy looked good today. Whatever little we saw today, he looked consistent. He played within his role. But surprised to see they don't have a bowler, the ball which goes away from the right-handers. So I think it's a bit of a surprise strategy, considering Daniel Vittori is also in the helm, and not to see backing that left-arm spinner, the ball going away. It's kind of a little surprising for me.
So I just wanted to know final thoughts tomorrow. Ideally, India would like to bat first,
Of
bat long.
of course, bat long, and I think the first hour or so is very crucial, because after the covers are removed tomorrow, the wicket will have some sort of a moisture, considering the conditions also. So I think the first half an hour to 45 minutes are extremely crucial. the way Rohit and KL Rahul batted today, towards the end, if that Ashwin and Rohit continues, I think India is going to be there with a good chance of having a substantial lead, because we bat deep as Indians, and we've got good strength who can get you more runs.
And you would want India to bat just once in the test match.
Absolutely. I think make the most of it. If you can, get 150 runs lead, that's going to be good enough for you to just close the game.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the prediction from Nilesh Kulkarni. He wants India to bat just once, and he feels that a lead of around 150 should be good enough. We'll be back again with day two's analysis with Nilesh. Nilesh, thanks a lot for joining us today. We'll be back again tomorrow with you for another interaction on the second day's play in this exciting Border Gavaskar Trophy test match happening at the VCA Stadium in Nagpur. Thank you.
Thank you.